Now you also got Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page in the middleweight division. That's going to be a big fight. But we want to work our way up next to a huge welterweight fight. I can't stress this enough. Geoff Neal versus Carlos Prates, USA versus Brazil. And the Brazilian is the favorite. But I'm here to tell you, Geoff Neal's a bad dude as well. Right? Geoff Neal is a bad dude. 16-6. Most of those 6 losses are against good opponents. So how will this thing go? Let's jump into it right now. In the welterweight division at UFC 319, you got a big one here. Geoff Neal takes on Carlos Prates, a guy that is on the rise. But we know Geoff Neal is really good too, right? He's American. He's 16-6. Prates from Brazil, 21-7. So excellent matchup here by the matchmakers. Prates 2 inches taller at 6'1". He's 31, right in the middle of the prime. Neal 34. Getting up there a little bit, but 34 is still young. He'll be fine. Prates, 3-inch reach advantage. He's a switch stance fighter. Neal fights left-handed. Now, Neal is very active. 5.1 significant strikes per minute to 3.6 for Prates. Neither guy that we've seen so far has a big ground game. They're both strikers. Neal, a.k.a. Hands of Steel, 87% takedown defense, beat Rafael dos Anjos, fellow Brazilian, by first-round KO. Impressive. Lost to Ian Gary by split decision. That ought to show you that he's still at the top. Also, Shavkat Rakhmonov, he got submitted in the 3rd round. So he made it pretty far. Before that, he beat Vicente Luque and Santiago Ponzinibbio. So the guy is still at the top of his game. Prates, 83% takedown defense, really good as well. Lost to Ian Machado Gary by decision. Now he got doubled up in significant strikes, 126-63. Gave up 4 takedowns to none. And you remember, Geoff Neal lost to him by split decision. No takedowns given up. That's important. Prates beat Neil Magny by KO, Li Jingliang KO, and Charles Radke KO, Trevin Giles KO, Mitch Ramirez KO. So 5 straight KOs before the loss to Ian Machado Gary. So this is going to be a very, very close fight. It's going to be a striker's delight. Both guys will probably defend takedowns pretty well. There might be some control time, but there's going to be a lot of separation and striking in this one. And therefore, I got to lean towards Geoff Neal, right? I mean, I like Carlos Prates. He's on the rise, and he's going to be looking to get back in the win column here. But Geoff Neal has shown that he's capable of winning fights like this, and he lands over 5 significant strikes per minute. I can't go against him. If there was any ground game from Prates, it could be different, but Neal's going to win this fight 2 rounds to 1 based on activity to move to 17-6 here. In my opinion, welterweight division, UFC 319. Wow, sometimes I surprise myself. So we got Geoff Neal beating Carlos Prates. And Geoff Neal's like a 2.5 to 1 underdog. So, we'll see if it happens. But like I said before, Geoff Neal is a bad dude. We always do these predictions a month or 2 ahead of time. Sometimes the main event's like 3 or 4 months ahead of time. So I don't always remember who I went with, especially in close fights, and especially ones that involve Brazilians, because I usually lean Brazil if it's close. But something tells me Geoff Neal is going to win this fight.